Today, I'm going to be giving you some tips on how to improve in dress and press, focusing on layering, color palette, and also some in-game tips to help you play better and to save time. These are things I personally use and do, so I really hope they are helpful for you. And without further ado, let's get into the video. Before we start, I really recommend having your own color palette ready, like having your favorite tones already saved so you don't have to build colors from scratch every time. It just makes everything faster and way easier. This is my personal color palette and these are the colors I use the most. You guys can find the link in the description with all the color hexes and the order so you guys can save it too. A tip I have for you is if you are not very familiar with color combination yet, something that really helps is starting by using color from the same column because as you can see here they already match. Each column has colors with similar undertones. For example, you can notice how the first colors are softer and pastel while the ones at the end are darker, and that doesn't mean you can mix colors from different columns. But if you're just starting, this is a really easy way to practice. And as you practice more, you'll naturally start figuring out which colors combination you like and what looks good for you. You can do everything by what looks good for me. For example, I personally don't like using very bright or neon colors that much. I feel like they can be a bit too strong or overwhelming for the eye. So I usually just go for soft tones like pastels or more neutral colors. Now you guys, I want to show you what I said before about mixing colors from the same column. And what I mean is that, for example, you can notice how colors from the same column have the same undertone, so they most of the times will look good together. So this is something you can do if you're struggling by mixing colors. And here you can see a combination with darker colors. I think this is really helpful and it looks really good. Now, another tip is that if you feel your outfit feels off, try repeating one color in different parts of the outfit. This makes everything feel more connected. For example, you can notice how I used purple for the shirt and also for the belt, and then yellow for the skirt, and then for the neck ribbon. I feel it makes the outfit feel more cohesive and it looks really pretty. If you want to experiment a bit more, you can try mixing colors from nearby columns. For example, you can combine colors from the first three columns since they have similar undertones and they look so good together. And the same with these three and these three together. Here are some examples of combinations I made using colors from each group of columns. If you have the material Game Pass, which is very helpful, try mixing textures. Even without patterns, textures alone can elevate colors a lot. My favorites and the ones that are very helpful in my opinion are tartan material, lace, beads, stripes, net, and chainmail. This is one of my favorite ones because it looks like crochet. Now, if you don't have the material Game Pass, my favorite ones are leather and denim. Now, if you have an outfit in which you are using patterns, you can also use textures to make the patterns look with more quality or even make them darker or lighter depending on the texture. For example, the ones I use the most are silk and light silk. You can see how these shirts look by default. And for example, if you use the light silk, you can see how it slightly looks more detailed, like the pattern look with more quality and even darker. Now you can see the difference with silk. It looks so detailed. You can see the difference. This is the default version and this is the silk. You can do this if you're using patterns. Even if it's something small, it makes like a very big difference. Here you can notice the difference with darker patterns. For example, you can see this one. If you use silk, it looks more detailed and darker. The same with like silk or even foil. The same with this one. You can see how it looks and how the default version is really liked. The silk makes a very big difference. Another tip I have for you is try to avoid patterns that look blurry in certain clothes. For example, if you use some patterns such as like this one, you can see how the picture looks really pixelated and blurry. It doesn't look very good in my opinion. And the same happens with other patterns. For example, you can see this one's very blurry as well. So instead of using those patterns in this kind of clothes, you can try using others which image looks way better and detailed. And by this, I don't mean those patterns look like that in all clothes. For example, you can try the same pattern I show you in the sweater. You can see how it looks so much better. And the same on other clothes. It looks better in other clothes. So you just have to basically be trying and practice which patterns look better in certain clothes. And then it's going to be easier for you. Another tip is try to avoid using patterns on items that lose texture when patterned. For example, you can see how this skirt looks texture when you use pattern, like it looks plain. You can see how it loses its ruffles. For example, it has these details, and if you use any pattern on this, it looks so plain. So instead of using patterns in this kind of clothes, I recommend you to just color it. You can try using them on other kind of clothes that keep their shape even if you use patterns. Now I want to give you guys some of my favorite pattern combos. Now let me show you how I make some of my favorite layering combos. What I personally love is layering different pieces to create blouses. I really love wavy clothes because I feel like they make the outfit look less plain and more detailed. For the first layering combo, you will need this coquette top, and you can get this top here in the cotton area. Then you will need a cupid top, this one right here from the last Valentine's update, and you're going to use the layer toggle. Then you're going to add the tropical top, and then you're going here and you're adding the only vest toggle. And then you can color. I'm going to use the first 3 columns from my color palette. And here you go, you can see how mixing colors from the same 3 columns really works. And even if you're just using random colors, they look so well together and so pretty. For the second layering combo, you're going to the Valentine's collection in the dressing rooms. And then you're going down and you will need this VIP dress. You're going to toggle the only top, and then you're going here and you're adding the butterfly top, and then you add this item and you're using the only top sheer overlay toggle, and it looks really pretty. Now for this one, I am going to use this second group of colors. Now in case that you don't have VIP, you can also use this top and you can add this top right here, and it looks really pretty as well. Now for my next favorite combo, you will need this top and you're going to toggle the second one. Then you're going to the dressing rooms and you're going to add this item, and you're going to use the only shoulder cape toggle. Then you're going here and you're going to add this top, and this is the combo. It looks so pretty. Now I'm going to color this combo using the third group. this is the result. If you want to add more detail to this, you can add this vest, the only vest, and use the same color you used for these ruffles. So this one, and this looks so pretty. Now for bottom combos, I want to show you one of my favorites. For this you will need these tags right here. Then you're going to the dressing rooms and you're adding this item, and you're going to toggle the bottom and pants off. Now you're adding this and then these shoes. And see how pretty this is. And this is how I style it. Another layering combo I want to show you, which is one of my favorites at this moment, is this one, and this is really easy. For this one you will need these jeans, and then you're going to the dressing rooms and you're going to add the Harajuku shoes. For this you're going to use the same color you use for the pants for the leg warmers, and then for the four you're using any color you want. I'm going to use green, and this is how it looks, like a pattern. And it's not the same texture, but I think it still looks so pretty. It will also depends on the color you use. Now let's start with accessories that, even if they are small details, they really elevate your outfits and they make a really big difference. So for example, let's say this is your outfit. This is pretty simple. So what I recommend you is to add small details. For example, you can add belts. You have this one, the western belt. You can toggle the second one and you can rotate it like this. And you have this effect. This looks really pretty. You can also add this belt right here. You can make it bigger and it really looks so pretty. You can see how it already made a difference. Another thing I love to do is to add details for the legs. So for example, if you're using a skirt or a dress, you can add small details like socks or fitness tag. I like to add this flower. These jeans have this flower. You can toggle the only flower and it looks like this. You can also add like moments. For example, my favorite ones lately are these, the Harajuku one. You can see how they look so pretty and so detailed. I love adding patterns instead of just coloring them. If you're using pastel colors, I think this one looks so pretty. Also this one, you can use any actually. I also love using polka dots. Also, if you have this set, this bodysuit, you can use this third toggle and you have these tags and you can do this. For example, let's say we're going to color them pink, and for this second preview, which is this, the fishnets, you're going here and you're copying your skin tone, and then for the second preview you're going to use your skin tone and look how it looks. It looks so pretty. It looks like you only have the lace. Now other details I think make a really big difference is adding sleeves. These are the ones I use the most. You can see the difference it makes just adding the sleeves. Also other of my favorite ones are these. I really love the mini bows. They look so pretty. Also another detail I love to add for my sleeves are this cuff, the Christmas cuff. You also have these from the Wonderland set. There's also these gloves that if you match the gloves color with your skin tone and then you just color the ribbons, it gives you this effect like you only have the bows. You can also make that with these. You can color them your skin tone and make them matte, and you just color the ruffles and the bows. Look how pretty it is. Also another thing I love to add, and they make a really big difference as well, are necklace or scarves. You can layer these and you can make them sparkly and then you color them. They look so pretty if you make them sparkle material or even foil material. They look more detailed. I love the layer necklace with this item. It looks so pretty. Now let's go to the head accessories. If you don't have VIP, I really love using these. They look so pretty if you use a pattern instead of a color. You can see the difference. For example, if you use a color, it looks a little bit plain. But if you use a pattern, it looks more detailed, and the patterns add more depth to the hair clips. You can also add glasses such as these, and you can position them to the head. You can also rotate them a little bit. And you can notice how just by adding accessories and small details, the outfit already looks so different without adding more clothes. I also love to add this, and you can toggle the only headband with no flower. You can rotate it, and it looks like you only have the ribbon. Now if you have VIP, the hair clips look so pretty, and you can change the design. You can have the strawberry, apple, or bunny. At this point, your outfit is like already done. But if you want to add more details, you can also add a bag. And here's the result. You can practice adding different accessories, and then you will find the ones you feel more comfortable with. Here you can see how it looks with accessories and small details, and without. Now, let's start with some in-game tips. Some tips to play better and to save more time in your rounds. So the first one, as I told you in the beginning of the video, it's to have your color palette ready. Also, I recommend you to save your favorite patterns. This way saves you so much time during rounds because you don't have to search them every time. Another tip is to have the items you like the most favorite. For example, the ones I like to favorite are the ones I always struggle to find in the dressing rooms. Another tip for the dressing rooms is to use the dressing room filters. These right here. These are filters. It's way easier for you if you filter. For example, let's say you want to look for shoes. You just have to click here, and then you click here, this clothing hook, and it will show you all the shoes you have in the dressing rooms, and the same with other items. For example, here you can find all the head accessories and hairs, and this one you can find all the dresses and all the skirts. Here you can find all the tops. Here some other accessories. Here bottom parts like shorts or pants, and here all the bags. So I think it's easier if you are, for example, like me, that I forget some items exist. So just by doing this, I can see all the items I have. And if you want to look for a specific item, you can also search them here in the search bar if you remember the names, and it will show you the item. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you found these tips very helpful. Let me know in the comments which was your favorite one, and feel free to share your own tricks and tips. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye bye.